Hello and welcome to the next installment of Meet the Streamer. Today we are talking to Axillent. Thank you very much for coming onto the show, I guess. Do you like to introduce yourself and where we can find you and a bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Kenneth, and my Twitch name is Excellent, and in-game name as well. You find me on Twitch Mondays, Wednesday, and Fridays around 6 p.m. And sometimes I throw in a bonus day every now and then.
And what country are you from and what is
Uh,
that CST time?
it's Central European time, 6 p.m. I'm in Sweden, so it's Swedish summertime. It's Central European summertime.
Okay, so it's slightly different to the UK
Yeah,
one, which I
it's
think you're at.
one time earlier than UK time.
Yeah. And so how did you actually get into streaming then?
It was a technical interest. I was wondering how does that work? Is it possible to do it? Is it easy? Is it hard? And then I got laid off from work, and then why not? I have to do something while I searching for a job, so I started to stream to test how it is. Had no
And you
intention of actually being a successful streamer or something. Just
so
testing out.
So it's more of a technical stroke hobby, but it
Yeah,
has grown to quite something in your channel. How many followers do you actually have now?
263 followers right now.
Wow! And did you ever think you'll ever get to that stage in itself?
Oh no, oh no. I was expecting when I got 50 followers, so I thought that was a big milestone.
Yeah, I must admit, when you look at the big streamers when they have thousands of people watching,
Oh
it does
yeah,
get quite phenomenal. You're
yeah,
talking stadium-sized people watching.
oh yeah.
So you say you was a technical interest. So did you have any worries starting up or concerns? Did you think you couldn't do it, or was it more,
I was afraid that
did
this
people turn up?
was going to be a really difficult technical process to actually set it up. But I basically just downloaded OBS, started it, and one video on YouTube how to connect to Twitch, and I was up and running, basically. I
Oh,
was
fantastic.
extremely surprised how easy it was.
It's surprising, and it's also quite surprising how little power you need in terms of PC power to
Yeah,
actually
that
run a successful
that
stream.
was my second worry because my PC is quite old. My graphics card is really old, so I was afraid I couldn't do it. But
We'll go on to that in the next section. So what groups are you part of? Well, actually, I do know what group you're a part of. You're part
yeah,
of the Naval Alliance, which is the same group I am
yeah, Naval
part of.
Alliance. That has helped
That's,
me a lot. But I'm also in a World of Warships clan, Streamliners, a bunch of small streamers, just bunched up to have fun in World of Warships. Uh,
and did it actually help a lot being part of these? Well, I know myself being part of Naval Alliance has helped massively to
oh yeah,
get people to actually come and play and be in part of the stream, hugely um, which is hugely great. So have you found that same thing being part of like the Naval Alliance and a streaming clan that it just sort of bolsters you, or is it
oh
more
yeah,
that
oh
you
yeah.
know there's always somebody there?
I would guess at least half of my followers comes from Naval Alliance connections.
Yeah,
So
and
I
that's
am really grateful for that.
followers. And most of that's come. You also play with Naval Alliance
Yeah.
members. You've played with myself on a couple of occasions, and mainly with the captain on a Saturday evening.
Oh yeah, I love to play with him. He's
It's
so
part of
fun to play with.
Yeah, don't worry, folks. We'll put a link up just in the top right corner for that, so you can go and visit him. He's a cool guy, and we'll also put links to all the people that Accident is a part of, and all these links down in the description below. So you mentioned you saw a couple of YouTube clips and YouTube channels that helped you get started. Um, are they ones you follow regularly? Or do any you would like to share with share with us?
No, I don't remember what it was. It was just to Google it how to do it, and I basically clicked the first video I saw, and
Okay,
didn't follow the channel or anything.
okay. All right, folks, that's great, actually. So we're going to do, like we had before, a little bit of a montage of his setup, his rig, and then we'll go through what he's currently got and any special parts of his stream. So let's cue the music. Okay, thank you, Axillent, for providing those wonderful photographs, and so I can put a nice little montage together. We're now going to go through your PC, your current setup, and discuss how parts of your stream. So in the actual intro, you mentioned that your PC was not the fastest one out of the blocks. So can you go through a little bit about your specs and what you are using in terms of your current equipment?
Yeah, the PC is an Acer Predator G3, about 5 years old. Really on the verge of really need to replacing it. The graphics card is a GeForce 770. It really struggles to do streaming and gaming at the same time.
I was going to say that'd be my next point, actually. So these are certainly not the most quickest thing, but you still manage to keep a stable stream. Do you have to change the output down to lower the output settings?
Yeah, I have lowered the output a little bit, and the bit rate is a bit lower, so
okay.
That helps.
And is it 720 you broadcast at?
I think it is, yes.
Okay, cool. I think most people do, actually. But
Yeah.
it does prove, though, that you don't really need the most fastest video, the fastest PC, because you always find YouTube videos saying this is the streaming PC for you, and they're still well in their thousands. And with the kit that you've just said, that's, you still produce. You still got over almost 300 followers, so it's still quite impressive how you can actually start with very little. And I'm guessing that'd be your advice to others. Just go for it. You don't need the top specs.
Yeah. As someone else said, I think it was Steven in your previous video said, the most important thing is the audio, actually. You need to have good audio. That's the number one.
That's true.
You can tweak with the settings for the output, with the graphics, etc., to make it. Yeah, you don't have to have 4K resolution, but if people don't hear you, you can't interact with them, and that's a big no-no.
That's very true, and I think the number of times I've certainly had, or I've had microphone issues, and I've not been talking, and you wonder why. You mentioned briefly what do you use for your audio setup? What microphone do you use?
I'm using my headset microphone, my SteelSeries Arctic 5 headset, and it's good enough. One thing is on my wish list is a separate microphone, of course, because I want better sound, but it's a money business.
It's true. I mean, you still need to put some money into it. I think we'll go into where you're coming from, where you're moving from later on, actually. But so do you want to go through your different parts of your stream now? Then we've gone through your equipment. So go through your different screens, as it were. I know we just created this just chatting screen so we can have this conversation.
I usually don't use the just chatting window, because when I'm chatting, I'm in the port in the World of Warships, and it's basically this scene I'm using when I'm chatting.
Yeah. Cool.
Basically, when I'm chatting, usually it's regarding one of the ships, so I need to show them, so there's no need to have a just chatting window.
No, very true.
I have this stream starting soon.
And do you find that quite important? So you got like a landing page for your stream?
I don't know. I have tried both without stream starting soon and both with and without. So I don't know if it's important, but maybe,
It's,
maybe.
maybe.
And of course, I have a be right back.
The classic. Just to make sure you don't
I
get a
need
cup
I
of
need
tea.
to cup of tea or something. And I also have one more scene. It's when I have this spin the wheel thing they can redeem.
So, how do you redeem that through your stream then?
With the channel points, uh,
Ah,
there's one option to spin the wheel, and then I spin the wheel and I have to do what it says.
and that interaction with the audience by using spin the wheels and other means, do you think that's actually really important for your stream, and it adds a bit of more engagement?
Yeah, it adds engagement because it's very easy for the audience to get lazy and just watching and not chatting and not interacting, and then the stream gets boring.
Yeah.
So you need something to happen all the time.
And is there any reasons why you've picked these options then? Because obviously World of Warships is the main game you play.
No, I just pick something, and if someone wants another option, I'll just put it in. If
Sure.
someone wants me, oh, you need Krasny Krim here as an option, let's add it.
I actually don't own the Krispy Kreme. I do not own the Krispy Kreme. I don't know
Me
why.
neither, but why?
It's true. So the other, I think we've got a few more there, haven't we?
Yeah, and then I have one scene for when I'm only recording stuff and not streaming,
Okay.
and and then when I have when I'm doing Satisfactory, I have a separate scene for that because I don't want webcam then. I don't have any Naval Alliance stuff, and it's basically just Satisfactory game, audio capture, and Twitch alerts.
Cool.
And the same thing is for Hard Space Shipbreaker.
Yeah, I like that. I like the look of that game actually. So I've been part of your stream a number of times, and I know you through the Naval Alliance, and you use something called a randomizer, a ship randomizer. What is this, and how does it work?
Yeah, it started all when I was watching Renzo quite a lot, and he was always saying, I don't know what ship to play, I have so many ships, I don't know what ship to play. So I said, why don't I let you build a randomizer to randomize what ship to play. So I built it, and the first version was in pure HTML JavaScript, but it became such a pain to maintain it because all the new ships have to manually be added to it, etc., and it became non-maintainable. So I built it where I imported ships from the Wargaming API,
Hasn't come up yet.
and here it is.
Excellent.
So it basically I import every ship, and you can in your if you go to settings, and of course settings has to, because it's in a separate window. There we are,
Okay.
where you enter your in-game username, server, and press OK, and it gets the ships that you have in port, and then you can simply click randomize.
And it'll just pick up a
And
ship,
pick
any old ship.
any ship from that you have in port.
So, say if I was playing World of Warships and my streams and I had on my, I wanted to play just cruisers, for example,
Yeah,
or just Japanese, or just American.
yeah,
So I had a mission to complete. Is that possible inside the randomizer as well?
yeah. You just select cruisers, and let's pick American or Japanese cruisers. And let's say you only want the tier 6, 8, and 10, and just randomize. And there we go.
And there you have it. Fantastic. The Baltimore.
Yeah, and you
Okay,
get basic
nice.
stats on the right side. This is the stats without upgrades, without flags, without camos, etc.
And you can you see what my ship has done with those upgrades? If I
Yeah,
have a flag on it or a
yeah,
specific module.
that was the next question, Renzo asked. I want to see what my stats are with the flags, etc. So I built,
Hashtag blame Renzo,
yeah,
people.
hashtag blame Renzo. So I did a build manager where you can actually do your builds. And
Wow.
if we bring up, let's see, if I take my Halland build here, for instance, with these settings, I get these values.
And the values are, and the highlighted values are the values that have
Yeah,
changed. So,
yeah. So
what happens if you take off concealment, for example? Have you got concealment on there? I don't think.
let's take off concealment expert, for instance, and there you go. You get.
Wow. Fantastic. What an interesting piece of kit. That could help many a streamer out, I think,
Yeah,
because we do end up with way too many ships in our port.
yeah. And
More than we can deal with in a single stream.
one interesting thing with this is if I no, what happened now? This shouldn't be visible. Is when you get the ship randomized, if you have a personal build saved, it will bring it up in the first screen here as well. So let's see if I take my Pan-European DDs, tier 10, randomize. I get, no, not gearing, I don't know personal build and gearing. There you go. And I get the values with my personal build.
With your build as well, the
Yeah.
safe build. So how does one actually get hold of this randomizer?
You get the randomizer by downloading it from my Discord. I'll provide a link in the description for you. And it's in the pinned section of the text channel. It's two files you have to download. One exe file, one DLL file.
And I take it you'll keep everybody updated as and when you do an update for it.
Every time I update it, the program will tell you there's a new version available for download.
So you don't even have to manually update either.
Nope.
Wow. And this is part of your job, I believe, isn't it, for developing?
Yeah, I am a system developer. I'm a programmer, so this is what I do for a living.
Brilliant. And streamer, programmer by day, streamer by night, and Warships warrior in the meantime.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, I think that's brilliant. So I think we'll bring myself back into the screen, and then do the wash up.
Yeah.
Now we're into the washing up phase, the chat. So where do you see your stream going? Do you have any current goals that you wish to hit at the moment?
Yeah, it would be nice to reach 500 followers, but it would also be nice to actually get subscribers and start getting something back. I have spent so much money on the streaming, so I want something back.
Yeah, it's not just money, is it, for equipment, etc. It's the time spent
time and it cost me a lot of subscription to subscribe on other content creators as well. So
that's good. Do you think you'll ever get to affiliate? And
I'm affiliate, but I want to be a partner as well. But
partner, that's the next one.
That's a really long way ahead.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours, and I think the biggest one I find is a struggle is getting 75 concurrent viewers is the big one, rather than necessarily the amount of hours you can put in.
I fulfill everything else. It's the concurrent viewers that's always too small of viewers.
So we've mentioned a little bit about the audio being vitally important. So you're thinking of getting a new microphone. Are you going to go down the USB route or the XLR route, or don't you know yet?
Oh, I don't know. I have to investigate that. I think it comes down to money issues. It depends on how much money I can pour into it.
Yeah, I must admit, there's so many different streamers have different versions of it. I'm an XLR user, but I know the captain and a lot of other people are USB users, and they seem to get on very well with that as well. And I take it the same thing applies to your camera. Do you think you're going to be upgrading your webcam, or are you going to upgrade your PC first?
I think PC comes before the camera. I think the camera works okay. As long as
Yeah.
that works, I don't need a new camera. It's graphics card and PC is the next thing after the sound that has to
Yeah.
be upgraded.
It's
Because
true.
I want to have a little bit better quality on the graphics.
Yeah. It does help. It makes it prettier, particularly if you want to start streaming other games. Like you're saying, you
Yeah,
were streaming Factorial and the Scrapyard one, the Space Scrapyard one,
yeah,
and they are quite. Certainly the Scrapyard one must be quite taxing on your graphics card.
yeah. Both Satisfactory and Hard Space Shipbreaker are quite heavy on the graphics, so the frames are struggling.
And do you think you're going to go down the green screen route, or do you think you will stick to having like what I've got here, like with the background as well?
I really would like to go down the green screen road because I think the webcam is taking up too much space.
It's fair.
Especially when you're talking about other games like Satisfactory and Shipbreaker, where it's essential they see as much as possible.
I mean, I think you get away with it things like with World of Warships because you can there's only you can hide quite a lot fairly easily. There's not
Yeah.
much you need to see. Brilliant. So, right, I think that's it for the interview. So, Axillent, do you want to give a quick review of your stream, where we're going to find, and any closing comments you might actually have, or anything we might missed?
No, I don't think we have missed anything, but I'm absolutely would be happy if you want to turn into my stream and just say hello. And possibly, since I'm unemployed, I would appreciate a bit or two, of course.
Very true.
Yeah, and
Ex-
yeah, that's it.
Okay, all right then, excellent. Thank you very much for joining us here today. I'm going to like and subscribe for more content and give us any hints and tips in the comments section below of how and where we can improve on these things, because I've got a couple more coming up. The next one is actually a friend of mine who's a self-published author of a book, and he's going to describe how he got into that and how much struggle he has had to become an actual publisher and author as well. So, like and subscribe. Say goodnight, Axillent.
Good night, everyone.
And I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.